first phosphate, Bégin-Lamarche property, is situated in the Saguenay-Lac-Saint-Jean region of Quebec, Canada. The property is at 40 kilometers from the major urban city of Alma and 265 kilometers from Quebec City, the capital of Quebec. The property has excellent fully paved road access to major industrial infrastructure in the area. The International Deep-Sea Port of Saguenay, Quebec, is located at 70 kilometers driving distance from the property, while Heberville Station, the North American Intermodal Rail Shipping Terminal, is 55 kilometers away. The company has strategic agreements in place to be able to access both of these key transportation hubs in the area. The property is also situated at 80 kilometers from First Saguenay, the site of the company's future lithium iron phosphate powder production facility, for convenient vertical integration of mining and downstream value-added operations. Major resource company Rio Tinto operates 5 major aluminum facilities and 6 hydropower plants in the region. For this reason, the Bégin-Lamarche project benefits from close proximity to major industrial suppliers, a well-trained industrial workforce, and several industrial parks in the region. The Bagotville Regional Airport Hub and associated NATO Air Base are located at 55 kilometers driving distance from the property. The Mashtouyash indigenous community, with which First Phosphate is partnered, is located at about 100 kilometers from the site. All these unique features make it such that the Bégin-Lamarche property is an extremely strategic and advantageous site for the company's eventual mining operations. The Bégin-Lamarche phosphate deposit is comprised of 4 zones with mineralization that starts at surface, descends to a depth of 400 meters, and remains open at depth. There is the mountain zone, the northern zone, the central zone, and the southern zone. The mountain zone grades at about 8.0% high purity igneous phosphate. The northern zone grades at about 6.7%. The central zone grade 5.5%. And the southern zone grades at about 5.2%. The average over the 4 zones is about 6% high purity igneous phosphate. All 4 zones of the deposit, except the mountain zone, are open at depth, as can be visualized in this diagram, which details the full pit shell that comprises the resource. The total length of the mineralization of the Bégin-Lamarche deposit is about 2.7 kilometers. The mountain zone is composed of 1 large mass of very high-grade phosphate, while the northern zone is comprised of 4 separate layers of various width. The central zone is comprised of 8 layers of similar widths, and the southern zone is comprised of 1 primary larger mass accompanied by 2 other side layers. All 4 zones comprise measured and indicated resources of 205 million tons of high-purity igneous phosphate, grading at 6.0%. The 4 zones also comprise inferred resources of 90 million tons, grading at 6.2% phosphate. The company's mineralogical test work has been able to concentrate the raw phosphate ore to 40.4% phosphate content, P2O5, at a 88% recovery rate and devoid of deleterious elements. This is some of the highest grade phosphate concentrate ever attained by way of feedstock purification. The company has been able to convert over 90% of this high purity phosphate feedstock into battery grade purified phosphoric acid. Phosphate is a major element required in the production of the cathode active material for lithium iron phosphate batteries. In fact, high-purity phosphate comprises 61% of the cathode of the LFP battery, while iron 35% and lithium only 4%. LFP batteries now represent over 63% of global battery production, which is concentrated mostly in Asia. The LFP battery industry is projected to grow from $18.7 billion to $90.3 billion over the next 10 years. Onshoring the LFP battery supply chain is critical to industrial and national security. First Phosphate has recently produced perhaps the first ever commercial-grade LFP battery cells using North American critical minerals, including high-purity phosphoric acid and iron powder, from its own mineral property. This has been possible through advanced commercial technology collaboration and strategic partnerships with global industry leaders, local industry, and indigenous partners. First Phosphate has recently received a $16.7 million contribution from the federal government of Canada for the development of its mineral deposit into battery-grade phosphate material for the LFP battery industry. According to the U.S. Defense Industrial Base Consortium, the first phosphate solution appears to be technically and economically viable, and that phosphate, particularly for use in LFP CAM, is essential to national security. Having a domestic source greatly reduces foreign dependency over the LFP market. Benchmark Minerals also places high-purity battery-grade phosphate as the second most required material after copper in support of the energy transition. The need for high-purity phosphate potentially supersedes that of nickel, graphite, lithium, cobalt, manganese, and rare earths. First Phosphate trades on the OTCQX as ticker symbol FRSPF, on the OTCQX as an American Depository Receipt as ticker symbol FPHOY, on the Canadian Securities Exchange as ticker symbol PHOS, on TradeGate and the Frankfurt Stock Exchange as ticker symbol KD0. Please visit First Phosphate for more information.